Great. Welcome everyone to today's open discussion, and today's topic is emotional cheating. And a little bit about these open discussions that it's going to be a two-way communication session. So it's not like we are going to deliver anything to you guys or any presentation or any form of content or anything. We are just going to explore this topic, go deeper and explore it and understand the different dynamics, different angles from which we can see this and see if there's anything that resonates to us, that something that we have gone through in our life, something that has impacted us, in what areas it connects to us, resonates to us, and we will see if we can seek resolution to that. So that's the intention of these open discussions. You all are invited to chime in and share your viewpoints, stories, experiences, or ask your questions. Great. So, beginning the call with today's topic, which is emotional cheating. So, when it comes to infidelity, any kind of cheating in romantic relationships, uh, the intensity, the variables, the factors that play a role in all of these things, it varies in a very subjective way from people to people. So there's no one common definition of what we can presume as cheating per se. Of course, there are few things which we all clearly understand that, okay, this is what cheating pertains to, like, one partner sleeping with somebody outside of the relationship, keeping things secretive, and not involving the partner in their lifetime affairs while prioritizing somebody else, or maybe just, physical kind of sexual kind of a relationship with somebody else. So in many different ways and forms in which it comes up. In fact, I was reading something recently which talked about micro cheating, which was a term that I had never heard of. Hmm. And it was giving examples of some like 18, 20 cases where how people do not act upon things, but the way they look at people, the kind of things they react to, the way they flirt, the way they engage into conversations, the way they, stalk somebody online, and these kind of examples were there, and it was um, named as something called micro cheating, which was kind of like really new to me because I had not thought, to that extent, that how, these things can be categorized and all that. So it was pretty interesting. Now, because the understanding in this area spreads and boils down to a very vast, factors and very vast number of things. We all have a subjective experience related to this. Some of the, common things which are there in all forms of cheating. Hmm? The first thing is that it's a secretive thing. It's something that you hide from your primary partner, from your romantic partner. Hmm? That one element is fixed. The second element is emotional connection. So I'm not talking about a one night stand kind of um, cheating. I'm more talking about something that turns into an affair. So we wouldn't say that one night stands are not cheating per se. When those things are hidden in relationship, they too come boil down and come out as a part of cheating only. However, what we are talking about right now is something which is more extended, like where, the one partner is getting engaged with another person emotionally, also spending way more time with them, making them a priority, making them, somebody who knows everything about their lives, not, the actual romantic partner, and engaging too much into, all the activities, everything. The day begins with them, the day ends with them, and these are some of the things which, derive the emotional connection. One partner telling everything to the other person, which they don't even share with their partner, and sharing pictures all the time, things all the time. consistently being connected to this person and not to the partner itself. Hmm. So that's the second element. The third element, in most of the cases, is the sexual thrill. Hmm. Not necessarily, I would say that all emotional cheating ends with a physical intimacy with a sexual involvement per se. Not all of them end there, but in most of the cases, there is some or the other kind of sexual, you know, this thrill, this kind of frisson that you have for the other person, that keeps that spark, alive, which this person who is cheating does not see in their present relationship. Hmm. So there could be different causes because of which people do any kind of infidelity, be it just the emotional kind, which just has the sexual frisson, but they do not act upon it. They stop themselves, but it's there, right? In other cases, leading also to the physical sexual infidelity. So that's just a little bit of gist about how some of the pointers which are there in all of these cases. Now, we would like to know from you guys as well, whatever I have been sharing. Any of you have seen that? Any of you have experienced that? Or is that clear? Does that make sense? Anything any of you would like to add? Yes, Mashmi, anything you would like to add?
Yes, I have a question here. So as you're aware that I had a past relationship, was married for a brief period. So when you were giving us the pointers, something struck my mind is my ex used to share post marriage. My ex used to share everything with his mother and not with me. And if I happen to ask, uh, I would get a reply that you check with my mom. I have told her I'm not going to repeat it. If I happen to catch, okay. And when I used to ask his mom that okay, what is it about, then she would simply turn her face and like मुंह बना के चली जाएगी. She will not say anything. So information was not shared. More and more time, like they are talking, sitting at one place, and the moment I arrive in the room, they will suddenly go quiet and as if you know uh, something that I should not catch. So this also comes in emotional cheating, where the conversation or the communication is hidden from me, whatever it is hidden from me, but it is shared uh, with the mother, and both of them are not disclosing. Is this also emotional cheating, or it has to be a partner per se? I mean, not partner. I
Mm,
mean another female per se.
No, no, no. No, this cannot be considered as emotional cheating. This is kind of like having being with a toxic, you know, family environment, being in a toxic family environment and having a unhealthy relationship. This is not something which we will consider emotional cheating because in emotional cheating, that element of sexual thrill is very important. So with friends, with family members, with people who are out of that area, we cannot consider it as emotional cheating. So it's not cheating per se, it's just something that like having a man child, somebody who's still, too much, in that manipulative zone with their parents, especially usually it's men with their mothers. So yeah, it's that. Does that make sense to you, Mashmi?
Yes, yes, I completely get it.
Yeah, yeah. Anybody else has anything to add or ask? Akarma, is there anything that you would like to add?
I just wanted to ask the question to everyone that what do you consider as emotional cheating? Anybody like to talk about it? In your words, what do you consider as an emotional cheating? Yes, Moshe.
For me, emotional cheating is when my partner knows that this particular thing will hurt me, or this particular thing I detest, and yet he does it purposely, knowingly for his own personal gain at the cost of my hurt, my pain. Uh, that I consider as emotional cheating. But now, when Manamika said that there has to be a sexual angle to it, uh, I have this thing also in my mind that somewhere at the base, the partner is thinking about some other female, some other fantasy, and hence these kind of developments happen in a relationship where they don't bother about the hurt or the pain of the present partner or the loyal partner. So this was what my understanding of emotional cheating is like, and also things like giving importance to another person in front of your partner or wife, which knowingly they do, which knowingly they start as a fun to make jealous, but uh, in turn they enjoy it, they enjoy the pain the partner gets. This I consider is another form of emotional cheating. Thank you.
Mm, okay, okay. So I would say that that particular thing, I would say that's more of an abuse rather than a cheating, where somebody is doing it intentionally to enjoy the hurt.
Yeah, but then cheating is something intentionally. It's a choice people make, and hence
But
cheating.
sometimes people don't do it to hurt the other person. No? So cheating, in very few cases, would be that. I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose of the word cheating itself. अगर पकड़े ही जाएंगे तो वो cheating कैसे हुई? So cheating usually people do not to hurt the other person, but उनको अपना कुछ करना है. And they always have this thing कि वो पकड़े नहीं जाना है उसमें. What you are describing, तो वो तो पकड़े जाने के लिए ही कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि जब तक अगर वो पकड़े जाएंगे तभी तो आपको हर्ट होगा.
Hmm.
So I'm saying कि ये तो अब्यूज है. ये तो कोई इंटेंशनली चीटिंग नहीं कर रहा है. चीटिंग करके आपको हर्ट पहुंचाना इंटेंशनल है यहाँ पे. तो इसमें चीटिंग तो सेकेंडरी है. प्राइमरी तो देयर फोकस इज टू हर्ट यू. इज दैट मेकिंग सेंस, मोश?
Yes. But I think ये मेरे साथ practically मेरे लाइफ में हुआ नहीं है. So what I have more is about a theoretical thing about it. But I get the
हाँ, क्योंकि
idea now.
यूजुअली लोग जब चीटिंग करते तो छुपा छुपा के ही करते हैं. ऑब्वियसली दे नो कि अगर पता लगेगा तो उनको हर्ट होगा. ये तो ये तो उनको पता ही रहता. तो इफ एनीवन इज चीटिंग, दे नो, दे आर अवेयर कि पता लगने पे उनको हर्ट, दूसरे को हर्ट होगा. तो वो पूरी ट्राई करते हैं अपनी तरफ से कि वो उसको पता ना लगने दें, वो छुपा के रखें, क्योंकि उनका इंटेंशन हर्ट करने का नहीं है. पर उनको ये भी पता है कि इस चीज से हर्ट होगा अगर ये चीज पता चल गई तो. So that, yeah, okay, no problems. Natasha, I saw your hand went up. You wanted to ask or say something.
No, I just wanted to, since you asked what is emotional cheating, and I do have some experience that I went through. So
Sure.
I think it's basically when you share an emotional bond with somebody other than your partner, you're telling them your everyday things, and it becomes like a repetitive thing. ऐसा नहीं कि कभी कभार कर रहे हो. ये एक दिन हो गया, 2 दिन हो गया, then it goes on and on and on, and a new bond is being formed on the basis of you're sharing your life, your emotions, everything, problems. So I think that's emotional. cheating. And of course, there is eventually develop because of the same emotional bond. You do develop some amount of attraction that develops, and that may or may not lead to a physical thing. But yeah, so this is, I think, a basic premise of how emotional cheating looks like.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Thanks, Natasha. Sonam, your hand is up. You want to say something?
Yeah, Kama. I just wanted to like there were two scenarios. I'm just thinking that is that emotional cheating. So the first one is like I had a on-off relationship with my ex. Like so many times we broke up and then again we patched up. So once when we had broken up, so that time I had once when we have broken up, what happened is I had gone out with a friend and I told my ex that I'm going out with this friend. My ex and I, we stay in different cities. So as soon as I told him that I'm going out with a friend, he didn't like it. But my friend has already came to pick me up, so I went and I kind of like I came back in 1 hour and I told my friend that maybe going forward I'll not meet you because this my boyfriend he doesn't like me meeting others. So I don't want to hurt him, so I will not meet you. After I came back, after some time, my ex came to the city and he was checking my phone and he was checking the messages. So that my friend has messaged me ki like we'll meet next time. So I deleted that message. So after that, he thought that I have like I don't know. He thought it's kind of cheating for him, and what he did is like he broke up with me with this pretext again. So is this kind of
Hmm.
emotional cheating?
Uh, okay, so as others have also said, so
Hmm.
what we have observed is that
Hmm.
we are emotionally connected to many people. So let's look at it from two different angles. One, the physical aspect, and one, the emotional aspect.
Hmm.
So from emotional point of view, we are emotionally connected to many people in our life, our parents, our siblings, our friends, and
Hmm.
and and we share a lot of our emotional intimacy with many of these people.
Hmm.
But then when it comes to the physical intimacy side, then largely speaking, people only want to do that with one partner.
Hmm.
So that is more like an exclusive thing.
Hmm.
You cannot be that way with everybody else. So there is some level of exclusivity there. So what happens is that when we start becoming emotionally attracted to another person, there is some kind of emotional compatibility that we feel with the other person. So no matter whether we will get physically attracted to that person or we don't, we continue to say that I don't feel any physical attraction with that person. But largely speaking, the partner will always feel that threat कि ये इमोशनल जो है ये फिजिकल में कन्वर्ट हो सकता है. And
Okay.
then it is like कि you are now kind of you being shared. So
Hmm.
कुछ एक ऐसे parts होते हैं जो we don't want to share that with anybody else about our partner. तो कुछ 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 चीजें ऐसी होती हैं जो हमें लगता है कि दिस इज एक्सक्लूसिवली ओनली with me.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, कि many couples they have, they call each other by nicknames and all that, and ऐसे कुछ funny names एक दूसरे को वो बुलाएंगे and करेंगे. So usually it's the couple that is doing it. But if one of the partners start doing that with others as well, so this could be considered as an emotional cheating by the partner क्योंकि कुछ चीजें एक्सक्लूसिव होती हैं,
Hmm.
है ना. तो
Hmm.
तो there are certain things that they feel कि let's say for example कि you feel more you've always shared something with your mother, some things and all that until your partner was there. And then when your partner is there, but you still continue to share that that part of you with your mother and not sharing that with your partner, so the partner could feel that. Although इसमें threat नहीं रहेगा कोई, so
Okay.
इसलिए इसमें इतना threat नहीं है, but the thing is that they feel कि why can't you trust me and why can't you open up like that with me, so the partner would feel कि you know that uh, you can do that with me also. लेकिन इसमें इतना ज्यादा थ्रेट नहीं होता है. थ्रेट वहां पे आता है कि इफ यू स्टार्ट डूइंग दैट विद a friend. So let's say since you are a woman and you start to do that with a woman, तो शायद आपका जो पार्टनर होगा उसको इतना थ्रेट नहीं आएगा. But if you start doing that with another man, even if you are not having any kind of sexual attraction or romantic feeling with that person, uh, largely speaking, your partner will feel threatened by that. क्योंकि there is a potential for it to convert into physical intimacy as well.
Okay.
And beyond, um, just talking about emotional cheating. So I had one question for you, Sonam, that
Yeah.
your partner, he questioned your friendship with that another guy
Yeah.
because you had done something like that in the past or something had happened in your experience, or he was like that since the beginning itself?
Like, no, I have not done something like that in the past. But
Okay.
he knew about my past. Like, I dated a few guys and he knew about that before him. So,
No, I'm
huh,
saying that some
huh.
kind of cheating or anything,
No,
hiding things from
no,
him,
no,
never.
no.
Okay, so he just doesn't want you to hang out with other guys, be it any guy.
Yeah, and that time actually he had broken up with me. Like he was not in relationship with me, but he was talking to me. And
Hmm.
yeah,
He was not in a relationship with you, but he was talking to you.
yeah,
But then yet he had the audacity to make you feel obliged that you should not hang out with another friend, and you had to clarify that also.
yeah,
And he had you gave him the right to get angry also for you deleting the messages per se. And
yeah.
okay.
He got angry with me and he blocked me and again he broke up with me. So yeah, like again after that he didn't talk to me. So
Hmm.
this was the thing, and one more thing was happening around this time only, like when when whatever this on-off relationship was there. During this time, what was happening is like he had gone to meet his sister, and he was hanging out with his sister's roommate a lot. So,
Mhm.
and he was talking to her a lot, and like he was talking this much that his sister felt bad that you have came to meet me, and like he was doing this, but for him this was not cheating because like he was not uh, like he was talking to her, he was hanging out with her. So, and once,
Mhm.
like when I went out for 1 hour, that also I have spoken only about to my friend about him that I cannot meet and all. So he felt that it is cheating and he broke up.
Mhm. इस पे ना मुझे एक जोक याद आ गया.
Uh,
So there's this guy who's speaking to his wife, and he says that you're not supposed to talk to men, you know. And then he starts, texting his female friends and all that. And the wife says that, but you are free to speak to guys, sorry, girls, and I'm not free to speak to boys. So he says, yeah, I know how men are.
yeah, that's what he used to tell me
Forgetting,
how. Hmm.
forgetting he is a man. He's a man. हम्म. तो ये जो भी हमें बता रहे हो इसमें whether this was emotional cheating on your side or not, ये क्वेश्चन से ज्यादा बहुत सारी चीजें हैं पूछने के लिए, देखने के लिए,
Hmm.
राइट? So because let's suppose हम इसको मान भी लेते हैं कि इमोशनल चीटिंग था, मान लेते हैं चलो, just for like the conversation sake, but he did not even give you a chance to clarify. पहली चीज तो इन अ हेल्दी रिलेशनशिप अगर आप ऐसा कुछ करते हो, लेट्स सपोज, ये बहुत कॉमन है, ऐसा नहीं है, कई बार पार्टनर्स इन अ हेल्दी वे दे डू थिंग्स एंड दे डोंट टेल देयर पार्टनर्स. ठीक है, क्यों? तो फॉर द सिंपल रीजन, अरे यार बताएंगे ना तो डांट पड़ेगी. ठीक है, जैसे कि मैं लेट हो जाती हूँ यहाँ, कमिंग टू अ कर्मा's प्लेस, एंड आई समटाइम्स मेक हिम, गिव हिम डिफरेंट रीजन कि हाँ मैं इसलिए लेट हो गई, नॉट बिकॉज आई हैव एन इल मोटिव बिहाइंड इट, बट देन आई नो कि ही विल गेट एंग्री. ठीक है, उसके बाद, और मे बी एट टाइम्स there are people who don't share it with the other partner. I don't know if you have seen Friends. I was in the morning watching a clip where Monica says that, yeah, I hang out. She had a relationship with Richard, this guy, and she went on for lunch with him. And she doesn't tell her husband. Okay. So he gets angry. But then she immediately shares this reason with him that I didn't tell you because it was our anniversary and we were traveling and I knew it was going to spoil your mood. That was my only intention for not telling you, not because I wanted to cheat on you or I have some kind of ill motive of, going behind your back, doing all of these things. बट ये सारे फैक्टर्स जो एक रिलेशनशिप में होने चाहिए, ये तो सब कुछ ही मिसिंग है ना. द एलिमेंट ऑफ ट्रस्ट इटसेल्फ, द फाउंडेशन ऑफ ट्रस्ट इटसेल्फ इज मिसिंग इन द रिलेशनशिप. सो देन यहाँ पे तो इमोशनल चीटिंग बहुत टाइम के बाद आती है. आई रिमेम्बर व्हेन आई वाज probably your age and I was living in long distance relationship and I wanted to hang out with my college friends. I barely went out of my house and did anything, and my boyfriend would not get very angry in case I went out with my friends. I didn't used to drink as well, but then they used to drink, of course, but then he was like, they will drink and you will party, I don't like it. And I was, of course, whatever way I was back then, but I did went out a few times and then I came back and I didn't tell him and he got to know somehow by checking pictures, months later. And then we had a very nasty, like really bad fight where I didn't even get a chance to explain that I had no ill motive. I neither wanted to keep it like a secret. I just kept it a secret to avoid the rift. क्योंकि आप सामने वाले को इतना डरा देते हो ना कि वो सही चीज करने के पहले भी that person would start thinking कि अरे मैं कॉफी पीने भी जाऊं कि नहीं बाहर. राइट. सो इसके लिए अब हमें देखना जरूरी है कि क्या हमने ऐसा कुछ किया है which has given rise to that kind of thing in the other person. Then we have to win their trust back. बट अगर ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, which is like your case, कि आपने ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं किया था in the past and still that thing is there, then the question, the foundation of the relationship itself is to be questioned. क्योंकि ये I don't know other details, but मैं सिर्फ इसी specific चीज में बोलूंगी कि this is not a healthy side of a relationship.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, others also had their hands up. Anybody else wanted to add anything? You guys can unmute and talk. That's perfectly fine.
Actually, I had a question for Sonam, but I was wondering if I can ask. Akarma, Namaka,
Sonam,
do you allow?
yeah, please. Are you okay with Maushmi asking you a question, Sonam?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Sonam. Thanks, Namika. I wanted to know from Sonam that what was the need when you said that you had this breakup on and off happening, and this was during the time where you guys were separated for a while for whatever reason. So at that breakup phase, what was the need for you to tell him, in fact, that you're going out with a guy?
I was talking to him continuously. Like he said that we are not in relationship, but like it will take some time for us to adjust to this situation, so we'll keep on talking for some time and then we'll stop talking. So we were talking continuously. So before going out, like I called him and I told him that I'm going out and I'll be back in 1 hour and then we can talk. So like maybe it was a relationship, or but we were not naming it a relationship kind of thing. So because I had told him, I thought he would be fine with that, but he was not fine. But my friend was already at my place, so I had to go.
Okay, thanks.
Hardev, your hand was also up. Did you want to say something?
No, no, that got answered in between.
Okay. Anybody else would like to share their definition of emotional cheating? What do they consider as emotional cheating? So, just a
So,
general thing that, sorry, yes, Mohit, go ahead.
yeah. So, for anything that someone does which is going to hurt, if you have to lie about something with your partner, that's gonna hurt the partner emotionally, right? So, even if it's about meeting someone or doing something which, like let's say on social media, or even I would say hiding a few things. Let's say you are shopping, right? Without telling the partner and it's kind of stealing. So that also hurts the emotion of a person. So is that considered as emotional cheating, or it's just between the partners and partners? Because when Anamika was, when you were talking, you mentioned the same thing that if the boy has a relationship or the same relationship with his mother, and he keeps that and don't tell the wife, so that's again emotional cheating.
Yeah. So, so what we have experienced is that again, this is a general thing which I'm sharing, and whenever I share a general thing, I always say that there is an 80-20 rule that we apply. So it's applicable 80%, doesn't apply 100% of the time. So any statement I make is by 80-20 rule only. So generally speaking, what we see is that men and women have different priorities around things. So if we consider, largely speaking, consider two types of cheating, the emotional and physical one. So for both of them, it is important. For guys also, it is important. For girls also, it is important that both of these things don't happen. But what we have experienced and noticed is that in most cases, guys would not be okay with physical cheating. तो इमोशनल चीटिंग उनको कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ी चल जाती है. मतलब दे विल नॉट बी ओके विद इट, थोड़ा ड्रामा होगा, ये सब होगा, लेकिन फिजिकल चीटिंग नहीं चलती. वेयर एज इन केस ऑफ विमेन इट्स द अदर वे राउंड. तो दे अगेन ड्रामा होगा फिजिकल चीटिंग में, but in most cases women can move on from that one, can forgive and move on from that one, but उनसे ना इमोशनल चीटिंग नहीं वो होती है, मूव ऑन नहीं हो पाता है उसमें. तो उनकी हाई प्रायोरिटी रहती है कि आई बी द नंबर वन प्रायोरिटी इमोशनली. सो मेन के लिए you know that emotional side of things come as a second thing. फर्स्ट जो डील ब्रेकर की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, deal breaker for men is physical cheating. uh, Although जो सोनम बता रही है, it sounds like कि इमोशनल चीटिंग की वजह से डील ब्रेक हुई है, बट इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. डील ब्रेक इसलिए हुई है बिकॉज हर पार्टनर काइंड ऑफ जैसे कैलकुलेटेड दिस कि ये यहां तक बात पहुंचेगी, तो वहां तक बात पहुंचने से पहले ही इसको खत्म कर दो. तो इट्स नॉट द इमोशनल चीटिंग दैट ही वाज मोर वरीड अबाउट. ही वाज मोर वरीड अबाउट कि हाउ दिस कैन गो फर्दर एंड कन्वर्ट इनटू अ फिजिकल चीटिंग, एंड देन ही वुड नॉट बी ओके विद दैट. तो वहां तक बात पहुंचने से पहले ही उसने खत्म कर दी. सो दैट्स मोस्टली हाउ गाइज वुड सी थिंग्स, कि उनके लिए ना इमोशनल चीटिंग फिर भी वो ओवरलुक कर लेंगे अगर इफ दे आर ट्रूली कनेक्टेड विद द वुमन. दे विल बी एबल टू एडजस्ट. ड्रामा होगा लेकिन they will still be okay. It will not be deal breaker unless the woman goes and breaks that physical side of things. But women के केस में उल्टा उल्टा हो जाता है. तो यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम ये आ जाती है कि जब दो लोगों में डिस्कनेक्ट होता है ना, मैन और वुमेन में, तो समझ नहीं पाते एक दूसरे को, क्योंकि द वुमन इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द एंगल कि दिस गाय, माय पार्टनर, is emotionally spending too much time with the other female, whereas the guy will continue to think what is the big deal about it, मैं कोई physically थोड़ी involved हूँ. तो guys will continue to dismiss that concern from their partner side, क्योंकि वो उनके लिए तो फिजिकल वाला ही मोर इम्पोर्टेंट है ना. तो वो बोल रहे हैं मैंने वो बाउंड्री थोड़ी क्रॉस की है, तो व्हाट इज द बिग डील, बात ही तो कर रहा हूँ सिर्फ. तो उनको वो चीज समझ नहीं आती है कि फ्रॉम अ फीमेल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ये ही बहुत बड़ी बात है. What do all the other females in this group think about this? So I'm talking from experience about what we hear from the people that tell us. But since there are so many female in here and there are other men, what do you think? What जो मैंने अभी share किया, what do you think about that? Yes, Hardeep.
Yeah, with regards to this, I have had similar experience wherein um, this was the case where मतलब कि wherein I used to say to one of my ex कि इतना क्यों किसी से बात करनी है. मतलब sometimes it used to be कि मुझसे नहीं करनी होती थी और किसी और से करनी होती थी. There was a time, I think one of the reason भी उसने यही दिया था ब्रेकअप का कि देयर वाज अ टाइम कि ऑफ कोर्स कोई भी पकड़ा तो नहीं जाना चाहता है. तो ऐसा हो गया था कि ही वाज टॉकिंग टू सम गर्ल, मतलब डेली ही बात हो रही है, डेली रात को चैट्स हो रही हैं. आफ्टर 3 months आई गॉट टू नो अबाउट इट एंड फिर मेरा यही क्वेश्चन था बट व्हाई, कि यहाँ तो सब ठीक ही चल रहा है, देन व्हाट वाज द नीड. ऐसा कोई नीड तो है नहीं इन सब चीजों की. एंड जस्ट बिकॉज आई गॉट टू नो अबाउट इट और मैंने चैट पढ़ ली, उसको और गुस्सा इस बात से आ गया, तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है अगर मैंने बात कर भी ली तो मुझे यही आई वाज लाइक अच्छा तुम्हें समझ में कैसे नहीं आ रहा है कि दिस इज समथिंग. तो व्हेन यू सेड दिस तो मुझे यही बात याद आई कि हाँ ये तो हो चुका है पहले कि ही वाज नॉट एबल टू गेट टू नो कि मैंने गलती क्या करी है. मैं बस किसी और से बात ही तो कर रहा था, बात ही तो करी है, बात से ज्यादा तो कुछ नहीं किया ना, मिलने तो नहीं चला गया या नथिंग एल्स. तो या आई हैड दैट एक्सपीरियंस बट प्रॉब्लम ये हुई थी आई गॉट टू नो ही डिडंट लाइक इट दैट आई गॉट टू नो. और उसके बाद he himself kind of made a distance कि इसको पता चल गया, now she'll not trust me again, ये हमेशा अब यही सोचेगी कि मैं किसी और से ही बात कर रहा हूँ. तो that became one of the reason for the breakup at one point of time, like after 1 year. पर उसको ये बात नहीं अच्छी लगी कि इसको पता नहीं पड़ना चाहिए था. तो that happened.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, one of one of the persons that I know, they are going through a very similar kind of thing. और उसका और उसके पार्टनर का अभी भी वही कंटेंशन है. उसको अभी भी ये चीज ना क्लिक नहीं होती है कि दिस इज द डिफरेंस हाउ मैन एंड वुमेन थिंक. तो उसको इतना सब समझने के बाद भी ना उसको स्टिल ये चीज क्लिक नहीं होती है कि सिर्फ बात ही तो कर रहा हूँ, सिर्फ और वो बात करना नहीं होता है ना। इट इज लाइक कि ही इज, इट्स नॉट लाइक ही इज, वो बोलने वाली बात है कि सिर्फ बात ही कर रहा हूँ, that he will be calling the other person, 2 o'clock in the night or 3 o'clock in the night and all that. तो उसको वो चीज, उसको वही लगता है कि मैं सिर्फ बात ही तो कर रहा हूँ। यस मोहित।
So this is actually breaking of the loyalty. अगर आप किसी से बात ही कर रहे हो एंड वो आपके पार्टनर को पसंद नहीं है एंड यू आर स्टिल डूइंग इट, सो आप चीट तो कर रहे हो ना इस चीज में। एंड इफ यू आर नॉट ओके विद योर पार्टनर
बिल्कुल
स्पीकिंग टू समवन एल्स, सो यहाँ पे आके जो है वो लॉयल्टी खत्म हो जाती है। और जब लॉयल्टी पे
नहीं,
क्वेश्चन
यहाँ पे
आता है,
ये, हाँ, जो आप बात बोल रहे हो ना, तो मोस्ट मोस्ट गाइज व्हाट विल दे से कि तुम भी कर लो बात। तो
नहीं
मोस्ट
नहीं
मोस्ट गाइज का रिस्पॉन्स ऐसा रहता है कि तुम मुझे मना करने की बजाय तुम भी बात कर लो, तुम मुझे क्यों मना कर, क्योंकि उसको ये रहता है
नहीं, बट
कि आई एम ओनली टॉकिंग।
most of the guys will not accept that, क्योंकि what I have experienced with all my friends and circle, जो भी मैंने देखा है अभी तक दुनिया में, कि आपको अगर कुछ स्पार्क मिल रहा है दूसरे बंदे से तभी आप उससे बात कर रहे हो। if you are not happy, something is not being satisfied with your being satisfied with your partner and you are searching for something new in that person, तभी आपको उसकी जरूरत पड़ रही है ना। तो केस तो वही है, गर्ल के केस में भी वही है, बॉय के
एग्जैक्टली,
केस में भी वही है कि आगे जाके तो
एग्जैक्टली,
कुछ ना कुछ खराब होने ही वाला है ना। अगर आप उस तरफ जा रहे हो तो मतलब कुछ मिसिंग है, उसको ढूंढने जा रहे हो तो आप पहुंचोगे वहां तक तो।
एग्जैक्टली,
नहीं,
एग्जैक्टली।
and the word that you're using, Mohit, the spark, तो ये एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है कि मतलब
यस,
दिस इज द पॉइंट ऑफ डिसीजन काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग, कि वो स्पार्क है या नहीं। और दूसरी चीज कि अगर सामने वाले का ये कंटेंशन है, तो जैसे कि मान लेते हैं कि किसी की वाइफ है, राइट, एंड शी इज हैविंग अ कॉन्वर्जेशन विद अ मेल, and but she's having that conversation openly in front of the husband. It's not secretive at all, right? And she's sharing everything, and ऐसे ही जनरल किसी बात में कोई डिस्कशन हो रहा है, तो ये सब हो रहा है, राइट। सो एक तो ये अगर जैसे सीक्रेटिव कंटेंशन आया, और दूसरी चीज अगर कोई स्पार्क है, एंड there's no way to describe कि वो spark हम कैसे feel करते हैं, but it's just the kind of language that you use, the kind of gestures you make, the kind of tonality of the call, meetings, texting, whatever, उससे ना काफी चीजें ऐसे फिर समझ में आती हैं। So अगर वो spark दिख रहा है, अगर that kind of a thing is visible, then it becomes a deal breaker. Yeah.
और इसमें एक और चीज नोट करने वाली ये है कि फॉर फॉर गाइज they will only feel threatened when the woman is talking to another man. If the woman is spending time with another female friends या family members या something, तो वो threatened feel नहीं होंगे। मे बी दे विल फील थोड़ा सा शायद कंटेंशन ये रहेगा, लेकिन वो ऐसा रहता है, ठीक है, क्योंकि गाइज यूजुअली डोंट उनको इतनी बात करना, इतना शेयरिंग वेयरिंग करना, ये सब वैसे भी होता नहीं, तो उनको उस चीज से ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। बट women, I have noticed that they will also feel threatened even if the guy is spending more time with their male friends also. So women feel more threatened that way also. It's not just only about the spark. It is about the quality time that they feel that my partner is not spending that quality time with me that they should be spending that with me. So they feel cheated from that angle, that as if they are robbed of the time, the quality time. So even if the guy is spending too much time with friends or with other males in the family, or with family or something like that, still the woman feels robbed of that time. Again, women are there in this group. You can tell. Yes, Anupam.
Yeah, so karma, like you said, that yeah, women feel robbed of when their partner is spending time with family. So
At that also we can consider, because see what I have observed, that uh, it's not about like everyone. Please don't get offended, anyone who is present in this group. I have seen that, my ex-husband, like he used to spend a lot many time with mother and his other family members, like his jiju, his sisters, and at that time he was like quite talkative. आई वॉज सरप्राइज दैट यही वही इंसान है जो सबके सामने इतनी बातें करता है, एंड वाइल जब वो मेरे साथ हुआ करता था, ही यूज्ड टू स्टे क्वाइट. सो उस टाइम पे आई felt bad that ये कैसे हो सकता है, you don't have anything to talk to me, and it was like simply one-sided communication. I used to talk a lot and he was always silent. So I wanted that quality time, and जो मेरे पास मेरे लिए होता ही नहीं था. तो ये एक सिनेरियो है जो मैंने भी ऑब्जर्व करा है. तो कैन वी कंसिडर दिस एज वेल एज
That's what I'm
इमोशनल
saying,
चीटिंग?
that many women do consider this as emotional cheating. मैं भी वही बोल रहा हूँ. They do feel कि वो quality time हमको नहीं मिल रहा है. He's spending all the time with this, that,
या
with work colleagues or with friends and with family, and he tells them everything and all that. हमें वहां से पता चलता है, कई बार तो family member से पता चलता है कि ऐसे ऐसे हो रहा है, तो they feel robbed about that. तो ये चीज
या
विमेन में बहुत
मेनी एट
प्रोमिनेंट है.
टाइम्स मेनी एट टाइम्स ऐसी चीजें जो आइडियली सबसे पहले आपके पार्टनर को पता होना चाहिए, वो
हाँ,
हमें
पता होना
वाया
चाहिए.
मीडिया पता चलता होता है.
Correct. So
या
so women do consider this as emotional cheating. Yes, that is what we have also observed, कि एक कंटेंशन बन जाता है कपल रिलेशनशिप में, जहां पे उनको ऐसे लगता है कि आई एम बिकमिंग सेकंड प्रायोरिटी इन हिज लाइफ.
कभी प्रायोरिटी बनते ही नहीं है, और बाकी पूरी दुनिया जहान की चीजें प्रायोरिटी होती है, बट वी आर नेवर द प्रायोरिटी.
हाँ, हाँ, हाँ. Whereas in most cases, men will not be so much concerned by this, unless
नहीं
कि
नहीं,
बहुत
इन माई
ओवर
केस
हो
तो
रहा है.
In my case,
हाँ,
though, my ex-husband was very much concerned if I talk to my parents or my brother and sister. Like I was always living in a golden cage. किससे बात कर रही हो, क्यों बात कर रही हो, इतनी रात को क्यों बात कर रही हो? Although I was talking to my parents only, अपने भाई बहन से ही बात कर रही हूँ, but still he was like, इतनी रात को क्यों बात कर रही हो, क्या बात कर रही हो? He always used to peek into my phone. मैं लैपटॉप पे अगर काम कर रही हूँ, क्या काम कर रही हूँ, हर एक चीज में वो चीज होती थी. So that was a kind of suffocating
हाँ.
experience.
That is a
Different
so
thing.
again the lines get very blurred here, because that falls more into the area of toxic relationship or an abuse, जहां पे आप किसी को वो टाइप की फ्रीडम नहीं दे रहे हो. तो तो that is more of a toxic kind of a behavior,
Yeah, and ये चीज जब मैं
that you are
confront करती
describing.
थी, ये चीज जब मैं
हाँ,
confront करती थी, तो he used to get offended कि you are blaming me, ये फलाना धमाका. तो या
हाँ,
ये चीज थी.
हाँ,
एंड मैंने देखा था बहुत ओपनली वो फ्लर्ट करता था किसी भी दूसरी लेडी के साथ में. Like he always used to give examples that see that lady, she is taking care of her family, she is like parties वगैरह में देखो how well managed she is. एंड फ्लर्ट करने के टाइम पे इतनी अच्छी अच्छी बातें निकलती थी. सो आई वाज शॉक्ड. ये वही बंदा है जिसके घर में मतलब मुंह से एक शब्द नहीं निकलता, और यहाँ पे इतनी अच्छी अच्छी फ्लर्टिंग वाली लाइंस मार रहा है कि क्या बताया जाए फिर. So that, उस टाइम पे
हाँ,
actually it felt bad.
हाँ, हाँ,
No,
हाँ.
no, this what you're sharing comprises as emotional cheating. Comparing you with the other women and
एंड
telling कि तुम ऐसे क्यों नहीं हो, वैसे क्यों नहीं हो, ऐसे ड्रेस क्यों नहीं करते, ऐसे बात क्यों नहीं करते. ये this comes in the arena of cheating. Yeah.
या सेम चीज वो लोग कहते थे कि बात ही तो करी है. तो बट ये बहुत ज्यादा लेवल की फ्लर्टिंग भी अगर आप कर रहे हो, तो दैट इज ऑल्सो काइंड ऑफ इमोशनल चीटिंग. या
Hmm. What do others think? This many people who are quiet. Amrita, Divya, Binduja, Neeta, Tarun, Gayatri, Nandini, so many people are there. So what's your views, guys?
So, I was in a similar relationship wherein my husband, I mean, we're just separated. So he had a problem with, so before marriage itself, he told me that I can't talk to the male friends that I have. And I was okay with it. I was like, okay, he's just conservative. But then after marriage, it turned to I can't talk to my cousin sister, and or anybody for that matter, any cousins. And then तो कोई बचा ही नहीं बात करने के लिए. So it was a very restrictive sort of setup, and he himself also wouldn't talk to me or give me any time. So he's in the army, so whenever we used to meet, we used to mostly be on the phone a lot. And apart from that, and even when he was away, there was no communication. Like our relationship never had any sort of बात करने का कि हम sharing what's happening in each other's life. उसके लाइफ में जो हो रहे हैं यूनिट में जो भी हो रहे हैं वो मुझे दूसरे ऑफिसर लेडीज से पता चलती थी. So yeah, so I don't know maybe as to why he was so sort of restrictive as to that I should not talk to anybody per se. I don't know if that if he thought I was going to do something, or I don't know what it was, but it got really suffocating to a point, and obviously things really ended very badly. Yeah.
Those kind of things I would still put them under like a toxic relationship or an abuse where somebody is taking away your freedom like that. तो यहाँ पे हम चीटिंग की जब हम बात करते हैं तो इट्स मोर लाइक कि बोथ पार्टनर्स हैव द फ्रीडम, बट वो फ्रीडम से दूसरे को कुछ तो जेलसी या कुछ तो थ्रेट फील हो रहा है. तो जहां पे तो रोक के ही रख दिया, केज में ही डाल दिया और फ्रीडम ही डिनाई कर दी, तो वो तो अब्यूज हो गया. तो वो तो perhaps the person is doing it from the reason कि you don't end up cheating in some way, perhaps that is their intention, but वहां तक तो बात पहुंची ही नहीं ना, उन्होंने तो पहले ही केज में ही डाल दिया. तो this is more of an abuse and and bullying kind of a thing rather than चीटिंग में हम फिर भी ये अज्यूम तो करके चल रहे हैं कि दोनों पार्टनर्स को फ्रीडम तो है कि वो बात कर सकते हैं, मिल सकते हैं लोगों से एंड ऑल दैट, और उसके बाद जो होता है उसमें दे फील थ्रेटन्ड अबाउट इट. तो ये एग्जांपल तो मोस्टली फॉल अंडर लाइक एन अब्यूजिव और अ टॉक्सिक रिलेशनशिप. यहाँ तो मौका ही नहीं मिल रहा है ना, मतलब इट्स मोर लाइक कि you it's not even कि आप वो करोगे या नहीं करोगे, वो तो मतलब आपको तो एक कमरे में ही बंद कर दिया basically. So it's denied all the freedom to even talk to anybody or share anything with anyone. Anybody else wants to say anything?
Hi, Akarma. I had one question.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are a lot of people in the society who grew up with suppressed emotion, like showing off their emotion or being expressive is considered too much of a drama. So for those people, when they get into a relationship or per se marriage, and maybe the all other quality as a partner is good, but when it comes to emotional requirement or availability is not there, or even when the other partner also मतलब कहते हैं ना कि क्या गैप है, जब अगर दोनों पार्टनर डिस्कस करें और पता चलता है कि हाँ हम ये चीज नहीं करते, हम बैठ के ये बातें नहीं करते, इस तरह का डिस्कशन नहीं करते, एंड स्टिल द अदर पर्सन डजंट ट्राई और गेट इनटू कोशिश भी ना करे, तो क्या उसको भी हम इसमें कंसिडर करते हैं इमोशनल चीटिंग में या
नहीं. So there is a different concept that we have talked about in the past as well, और हमारी conversation है channel पे उससे related, and the concept that we use is the concept of love language. So this sounds more like an incompatible love language. So there are few different types of love language that we all have. Let's say, acts of service. So the way we express love or the way we um, feel that the other person love us is through that. So let's say, for example, someone's love language is gifts. So when they are given gifts, then they feel that they are loved. And this is how they would also express their love to others, by giving gifts to them and all that. The other type is quality time. So spending quality time with your partner is what you want, but then your partner may have the love language of gifts. So उनके पास टाइम नहीं है, या उनको नहीं ये चीज होती है, तो they will compensate that by showering you with gifts, or by compensating like that कि and gifts could mean taking you out for a good dinner or restaurant की बहुत दिन हो गए ऐसे करके, तो they will try to compensate that by doing that. So there could be incompatibility there, जहाँ पे दो लोगों की love language अलग अलग है. So other type of love language is acts of service, where one partner would want कि बहुत क्वालिटी टाइम बैठ के बातें तो ठीक है, लेकिन घर में इतना काम होता है, ये है, मेरे ऊपर इतनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हैं. व्हाट आई वुड लाइक इज माय पार्टनर शेयरिंग दोज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज विद मी. तो जब रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी शेयर करने का टाइम आता है, तो घर में तो कुछ करते नहीं, ऑल ही डज इज जस्ट कीप्स ब्रिंगिंग गिफ्ट्स एंड कीप्स गिविंग मी गिफ्ट्स, एंड ही थिंक्स कि हो गया उसका. So that is the incompatibility there, which I would say.
I see.
So there are many online tests available. We have a e-learning journey on love languages as well. So you can check that, or you can check. So there are online tests which are available, which you and your partner can take, and that will tell you what is your primary love language. So there are 4 or 5 different types of love languages. It's not कि एक ही होती है, एक primary होती है, और then you have one or two secondary also. बट वो मेन होती है. जो प्राइमरी रहती है, अगर वो डिनाई हो रही है, तो बाकी सेकेंडरी का इतना कुछ मतलब बनता नहीं है फिर. तो यू विल गेट योर स्कोर्स अराउंड इट कि what your love language comes out, what your partner's love language comes out. They can do it, or you can do the questionnaire on their behalf, depending on how well you know them. But best है कि अगर वही करें खुद ही, तो that will give you the scores around what is the love language. And we have created an e-learning journey on this one, which is more taking that further, which is more about, अब आपको मालूम पड़ गया कि आप दोनों की लव लैंग्वेज अलग अलग है, तो उसको अलाइन कैसे करना है. So the journey is more about aligning, and we always recommend that both the couples do that together. तो उसमें आप ये भी सीखोगे कि अपनी लव लैंग्वेज को एक्सप्रेस कैसे करना है, दूसरे को कैसे समझाना है कि दिस इज व्हाट यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग, एंड देन हाउ यू ट्रेन योरसेल्फ टू लर्न कि मुझे अपने पार्टनर को उनको कैसे वो चीज देनी है जो उनके लिए है. तो इट्स बोथ वेज द जर्नी इज डिजाइन्ड, and we always recommend that both the partner do this together.
Okay.
तो उससे थोड़ी अलाइनमेंट आनी शुरू होती है, क्योंकि ये दो अलग अलग लोग भाषा में बात कर रहे हैं, और उनको एक दूसरे का समझ नहीं आता है कि दिक्कत क्या है. इफ somebody's love language is gifts, and they will be buying expensive things, और उनको समझ नहीं आता है कि why my partner is so upset. मैंने तो इतनी महंगी गिफ्ट ला के दी, मैंने तो इतनी महंगी घड़ी दी, इतनी महंगी कार खरीदी, इतना महंगा ये सब दिया, एंड ऑल दैट, एंड दे आर स्टिल कंप्लेनिंग. तो उनको क्लिक ही नहीं होता है, क्योंकि उनकी लव लैंग्वेज गिफ्ट्स है. वो खुश हो जाएंगे, उनको नहीं फर्क पड़ता है कि कोई उनके साथ क्वालिटी टाइम बिता रहा है, या उनको कोई एक्ट्स ऑफ सर्विस कर रहा है, या कुछ है. उनको नहीं फर्क पड़ता है, क्योंकि उनको फिर ऐसे लोगों को ऐसा फील होता है, यार कितना चीप है ये, कभी कोई गिफ्ट तो देते नहीं है, बस बैठ के 2-4 बातें कर लेते हैं, बट दिस पर्सन इज सो चीप, तो मैं तो इनको इतनी गिफ्ट देता हूँ, मैं तो ये करता हूँ, और मेरे लिए तो कभी इन्होंने कोई गिफ्ट नहीं खरीदी, एंड ऑल दैट. सो दैट्स अ मिसअलाइनमेंट ऑफ द लव लैंग्वेज.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, so this is usually like an interactive session, so it's more likely when we can discuss. So अगर किसी को और कुछ बात नहीं करनी है, कुछ नहीं है, तो we can stop here also. We really don't like these are open discussion sessions, so ऐसा हमारे पास कोई presentation या कुछ ऐसा नहीं रहता है कि we keep going. So it's more conversation. अगर किसी को कुछ और कुछ शेयर करना है, डिस्कस करना है, तो we can do. Otherwise, we can wrap up the call.
Yeah, Karan, nothing more to ask.
Okay, no problems. Mohit, did you get the answer of your question that you were asking?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks. All right, great. Do check our YouTube channel. There are more than 100 conversations that are there, and we have done conversations on love language and love maths and many of these topics earlier as well. So that will also give you a bit more insight. Plus conversation on toxic relationships, abusive relationships, narcissistic relationships. तो कई बार क्या होता है ना, डिस्कशंस में वो लाइंस ब्लर हो जाती हैं, हमें समझ नहीं आता है कि व्हाट इज दिस एंड व्हाट इज दैट. सो those conversations are there. You can always check out the channel and check those topics as well, so that way you'll have a better understanding ki where we can define that this is cheating, where we can define that this is abusive, where we can define this is narcissistic behavior, this is toxic behavior, or this is an incompatible love language. बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं, तो हम अगर हर कॉन्सेप्ट को थोड़ा अलग अलग करके ऐसे समझ लेंगे तो फिर इजी हो जाता है सिचुएशन को समझना कि what you are going through and what you are experiencing. So
One thing I wanted to add before we end up this call, I guess that was something that Mohit about financially cheating in relationship, right? So a partner hiding things or taking away money or doing all of these things. This is like beyond, right? So जब बात इन सारी चीजों पे आ जाती है, when one partner has become so inconsiderate कि इसमें अब वो connection जो था या नहीं था, either ways, but right now it's forgotten. So all such cases, when things reach the physical intimacy level, when things reach the financial cheating level, when things reach the point where one partner is confiding completely into somebody else and completely keeping secrets from the partner, all of these cases inherently involve emotional cheating. So not necessarily all sorts of emotional cheating would involve all of these things, but all sorts of these extreme cases definitely involve emotional cheating, because the person going through something like that and getting to know about it later on get hurt really badly at the emotional level in the first place. And secondly, the partner has, become now like really inconsiderate, right? Really, what should I say? Insincere or, मतलब वो एक लेवल क्रॉस कर चुका है ऑफ इनएडिक्वेसी. तो उसमें उन सारे केसेस में इमोशनल cheating is an inherent part of it, right? And one more thing, that today's conversation was more towards focused towards emotional cheating. There was another conversation that we have had on infidelity. We had it like almost like maybe 1.5-2 years ago, but in that we have explored this thing from many different angles as well. तो किसी को इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक में और डीपर में जाना है और भी चीजें देखनी है कि और क्या क्या हो सकता है, कैसे हो सकता है, then that conversation is also there. There we focused more towards understanding कि कौन से different kinds of infidelity होता है in relationship, and we have explored it from that angle. So all these conversations and whatever Akarma mentioned, all of these are uploaded on the YouTube channel. You guys feel free to go and explore it there. About today's session and about any of those sessions, in case you visit them, feel free to ask your questions in Conscious Relationship Circle. We would be happy to answer them. Or share, anything that any point that resonates with you. Feel free to share it over there. It feels good, to know from people different stories and different experiences. Cool, then. We will see you guys soon on Saturday. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone. Okay, good
Thank you.
night.
Bye-bye. Good
Bye.
night.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone. Bye. Good night.
Thank you. Bye bye.